Namaste and a very, very good morning to all of you. I welcome you to my channel, The Outlier. In today's presentation, we will be seeing how to do exploratory data analysis in a simple, efficient, and a very, very quick way. Right? There are many different ways in which you can do a EDA. Manually doing the EDA for a data set is time consuming. It requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of patience. The question is, can we simplify the process of EDA? You ask any data scientist as to what is the toughest job while doing a data science project, and 9 out of 10 times they're likely to say data preparation, EDA, exploratory data analysis. These are the most difficult tasks, and it takes a lot of patience and effort to get this right. Imagine a data set wherein you have 50 to 60 variables, and you are expected to generate a bar chart, you are expected to generate a pie chart or a histogram. Some cases you may have to check the distribution of the variable, whether the variable is normally distributed or not. You are also expected to prepare a DQ report or a data quality report to find out the number of missing values in the data set, the number of outliers, extreme cases in a data set. Now, doing all these things is not an easy task. It requires a lot of effort. Fortunately, in today's day and age, you have a powerful library in Python, which is known as Pandas profiling. Now, what Pandas profiling does is, in a span of minutes, it's able to generate the EDA report, and it is able to produce the report for you in a span of a few moments. Customizable EDA is also possible. Now, once Pandas profiling generates the EDA report, you do not have to take each and every metric, each and every chart as though it's the gospel truth. You can just take the first, you can look at the first cut of the output produced by Pandas profiling. And as a second step, what you can do is you can customize the results, and you can prepare it for your data analysis the way you think is right. Without spending too much time on the theoretical aspects, what I'll do is I'll give you a practical demonstration of how to run Pandas profiling on any data set. The first step that you need to do is install Pandas. So let me just run pip install. Most of you would have installed Pandas already. However, for the purpose of this demonstration, I will be downgrading the version of Pandas. Downgrading the version of Pandas simply because the lower version of Pandas supports Pandas profiling package a lot better than the higher version. And therefore, I'm deliberately downgrading the version of Pandas that I'm working on. This is the first step that you need to do. It may throw up a few errors. Yes. You must restart the runtime. Okay, let me go ahead and do it. Let me run this once again. My existing version is on the higher side. It is 1.25. 1.15 to be more precise. I'm downgrading it to 0.25 as this is more compatible, as this supports Pandas profiling package. So this is the first thing that I need to do. The second thing that I need to do is install Pandas profiling package itself. So pip install Pandas profiling is the second step that I need to follow. It says requirement already satisfied. This is because I have installed this previously. In case you have not installed Pandas profiling, please keep in mind that Pandas profiling does not come with a default installation, and therefore you have to explicitly run this command to generate your EDA. So this is the second step. First step is to run a lower version of Pandas. Second step would be to install Pandas profiling. The third step is to simply import this particular library, import Pandas profiling. First three steps were pretty simple, right? So we are all set to generate our EDA, but I need a data set to show you how the reports are run. So let me grab a data set from Seaborn package. I'll have to import Seaborn package. Import Seaborn as SNS. You can just load the data set. There is a function called as load underscore data set. You can open parentheses, and within quotes, you can type the name of the file. It is Titanic. I'm going to save this as a data frame and execute the command. Run successfully, in which case I will be displaying the preview of this particular file. And as you can see, this is the preview of the file. It generates the first 5 rows. There are certain important variables here like survived, which is a flag variable 0 and 1. Certain other important demographic details of the passenger is also displayed, like passenger class, the gender of the passenger, age of the passenger, the number of siblings or spouses is given. The number of children and parents is also displayed. Passenger fare, embarked, class, and other important variables is displayed to you. So we have installed the package. We have imported a library. This is the time to run our EDA on this particular data set. So what I'm going to do is call the library. There is a function here which is known as profile report. Please remember this function, profile report. P and R would be in caps. You can open parenthesis and pass a data frame here. You can save this as a object. I'm going to give it the name EDA and execute this query. So Pandas profiling has a function which is known as profile report, which runs the EDA and all the important steps of EDA, and it dumps the results in EDA. At this stage, there are 2 things that you can do. One is you can print the output of profile report here in Google Colab itself, or else you can do another thing, which is to convert this into a HTML file. I prefer a HTML file because it's a lot more interactive, and therefore what I'm going to do is call this file, use a function to_file, right? And within parentheses, I can just say EDA1.html. What this does is it takes the file EDA and converts this into a HTML file. Here, the code has run successfully, but it is still not displaying the output. I'll have to download this HTML file. Now, to download this file, what I will do is from google.colab, what I can do is I can import files, right? I can import files. Now, files.download. Files.download. This is a function which helps me download the file EDA1. Let me pass this object. It should be within quotes. I have made a silly mistake here, which is I've not typed HTML. Is downloading the HTML file. And at the top, you can see EDA1.html. This is the file which I am interested in. Let me just zoom it in. All right. So this is what I wanted. You can see here, it gives you an overview of the data set information. It says that there are 15 variables in the data set. There are 891 observations. 6.5% of the observations are missing, right? And certain other basic information. If I look at the right side, it says variable types. You can see here variable types. There are 5 numeric variables in my data set. There are 7 categorical variables, and there are 3 Boolean variables in the data set, right? There are certain warning messages that are displayed. I have to be careful with these warning messages. The variable age has roughly 19.9%, roughly 20% missing values are present in the variable age. Similarly, 70% zeros are found in the variable number of siblings or spouses. And there you have around 77% zeros present in number of children and parents, right? So you have 76%, that's a big number. Around 2% of the cases are zeros in fair. And as far as the variable deck is concerned, you have 78% missing cases. This data set has around 107 duplicate rows, right? So it just gives you a preview about what is wrong with the data set, right? Now let me just scroll down. It just gives you a variable by variable summary of all the variables that you have entered. If you recall, the very first variable that we had was survived. It is displaying the variable type here, which is Boolean, right? There are 0.2% unique cases. I don't have to look at the mean for a Boolean variable. It shows a bar chart here saying that the number of zeros are 549 and 342 ones were there. Now I can do a very interesting thing. I can just click on this option, toggle details. Now, once you click on toggle details, you can see a horizontal bar chart here. Roughly 62% of the people died in this disaster, and 39% of people survived the Titanic disaster, right? So this gives me a easy to work and a very, very simple, simple bar chart. If I scroll further down, you can see passenger class. This is not a Boolean variable. It has identified this as a numeric variable. And what it does for a numeric variable is it displays the statistics, right? It is not appropriate that I look at all the statistics here. Let me just choose a different variable like age. Since age is a scale variable, it makes more sense for me to explore all the important statistics for this particular variable. Let me just click on toggle details. You can see here it displays a whole lot of statistics like minimum, 5th percentile, the first quartile, median, third quartile, 95th percentile, maximum, range, and interquartile range. It also displays other descriptive statistics like standard deviation, a measure of dispersion, what is the coefficient of variation, right? Kurtosis, mean absolute deviation, skewness, the total variance, and also the memory size. Very, very useful information is what it gives. I can click on the second tab, which is the histogram. So my first impression there is that the variable age is not normally distributed. A histogram is a frequency distribution curve. And if you want, you can just right click and save this image, or you can copy it, paste it in Word as well. So this is the beauty of Pandas profiling. It gives a lot of useful information, right? You can look at all the common values and the extreme cases as well. It displays the top 5 cases which can be considered as extreme cases. These are very, very low values. That's why it's highlighted in the minimum section. If I scroll down, you can also see the maximum 5 values, which can be considered as extreme values, which are on the higher side, right? So this gives a great perspective about what is happening in the data set. So for each and every variable, you can see it has displayed all the relevant statistics. It has done all the graphs. So this saves a lot of time. In a live project, you may not have so much of time. You may not have 15 days or 20 days is what they would give you to finish a project. And out of 15 days, if you have to spend a week or 10 days just doing an EDA, imagine the effort that it would take. Imagine the kind of pressure that you would be building upon yourself. So EDA, automated way of doing an EDA is a great tool. Please use this as a first step. You can obviously take the results and customize this further. You can do a tedious and an elaborate EDA separately once you look at the automated version of the EDA. Let me just draw your attention to a couple of variables here. Adult male, it says that there are 354 cases which are missing here. Very, very important piece of information here. Similarly, if you look at the variable tech, I have 77% cases which are missing. It is just giving me the count of the missing cases as well. So this is a very, very useful report, which tells me a lot of interesting details. If I scroll further down, you can see a heat map is what it constructs for all the important variables. It has used the Pearson's correlation here. It has color coded all the correlation values with dark red color here indicating strong positive relationship, dark blue color indicating strong negative relationship. And if the correlation is 0, it has highlighted in a white space, right? So it just gives you Pearson's correlation. If I further scroll down, you can also see Spearman's rank correlation, right? So a heat map is constructed based on Pearson's correlation and Spearman's rank correlation, right? So to summarize the discussion that we've had, we've seen how to install Pandas profiling package. We have seen how to generate EDA very, very quickly using Pandas profiling, how we can sort of convert this into an HTML file and download the file and have an interactive session with the various outputs, the various statistics that Pandas profiling gives you. I come to the end of today's presentation. I thank you very much for watching today's video. I'll see you in my next video. I kindly request you to subscribe to my channel. I kindly request you to like my videos. Thank you very much.